Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Anmoll Astrology channel. Now, today's video is about how to recognize one's career through D9 Navamsha chart. So, I did make a video on how to analyze the career through Bhrigu Bindu, and it also involved how to see the analysis of career through the D1 chart. So on top of it, see the mechanism of coming out with the exact option of what you are meant to do is a little bit lengthier and tricky. So for that, you have to go through, first of all, the Artha houses, the second, sixth, and 10th houses. Then you have to go through the Atmakarka, Amatyakarka, and finally the Bhrigubindu. But, so as to confirm that whatever D1 is pointing on is the final result, you must check from D9 chart. And in that case, similar to our previous video, which was about how to know about the spouse or marriage or transformation through marriage from D1 to D9, similarly, we are going to check about career from D1 to D9. Right? Now, in this case, you need to see a few things. First is going to be wherever the second lord of your D1 chart is placed in the D9 chart. So wherever it is placed, it is going to tell you where your income will come from or what your finances will go towards in the later part of your life or finally in your life. But this can solely be about your income, about your finances, that where it is coming from. But when you have to see your proper career, what you have to do is check your 10th lord. This is the second point, that check the 10th lord of D1 chart and see where it is placed in the D9 chart. It is going to tell you a lot about how your career is going to transform or what you are going to do ultimately. Because what happens when it's about career, you may start with one thing but end up doing another thing, right? And lastly, the last point would be that check wherever the 10th lord of the D9 is going within the D9 chart. In which house is it going, in which sign is it, in which nakshatra is it, and with who, with all the planets that it is making the conjunction. Okay, so I'll just quickly go over 3 examples so as to explain this mechanism. I'll just share my screen. Just a second. Yeah. So this is going to be the chart for today, right? So first, you have to go through all of the process through D1. But you know what? This is going to be a snapshot technique. So in this case, you might not even want to go through all the process which I mentioned earlier, going through the D1, the Bhrigubindu, and etc. etc. You can simply just refer to the second lord. Second lord is Saturn here, and the 7th lord, which is Venus here. Okay, then just refer to the D9 chart. I hope it is visible. If it's not, I'll just quickly make this chart as D9 so you guys can have better view. So you need to remember the concerned planets are Saturn from the 2nd house and Venus from the 10th house. Now, I'll just make it as the Navamsha. And the third concern is the 10th house of the D9 chart. You have to see the 10th lord placement also, but you have to see the 10th house in itself also. Okay, so here Saturn is going into the 5th house in the sign of Libra in the nakshatra of Swati. Now, I can understand with Swati, I can understand either this person is at the 5th house, this person can be into law or attorney, some sort of that work or business. Why I'm talking as business? Because the Atmakarka of this individual is Sun. That's why this person is best suited in its own independent work. right? And the Amatya Karka is Jupiter. So I know that their work is going to be something about advisory, etc., etc. So I would have assumed that with Saturn in the fifth house in Swati, this person might have been into a, a law related firm. Or this person can be into traveling, like managing or organizing travels for people, leisure travels. But it can also mean that they are doing something related to creativity, right? Creative endeavors, according to, like, since Saturn is there, there can be, they create home, they create land, they create structures, right? Then her Venus is in the second house in Punarvasu Nakshatra in the sign of Cancer. Now, with this, I can know, since it is her 10th Lord, I can know that this person can either be into a family business related to real estate, or she is into, suggesting, because it is the sign of Cancer and it's Punarvasu, it's more about hospitality. And since it's second house, it's about hospitality through your advising or through your communication. And Mars is along with that. So most of our planets are actually giving me a direction towards real estate, designing, and creativity of structures, etc., etc. Now what I'll do is that I'll refer to her 10th house, and the Lord is actually in the third house in Magha, and it is conjunct Sun, which is the Lord of the third house in Purva Falguni. So this makes totally sure that this person is into a creative endeavors and is on a advisory position. So the actual career of this person is related to beautifying home. So she's an interior designer and an architect, right? And mostly she gives an advice. She is on the advisory panel more than the designing one. But designing is a part of her job also. Okay. So similarly, I'll get to another example. So in this example, this person has Atmakarka as Saturn and Amatyakarka as Mercury. So this is telling me that this person is more suited for a work where they have to give their service. And since it is Saturn Mercury, it's more related to calculations, managing, technical sort of stuff. And with the Ardra ascendant also, I do see that this person can be in some sort of numbers, has to deal with numbers, or IT profession, something of that sort. Right now, I'll take the second Lord. The second Lord is Moon, and that is in the 8th house in the sign of Virgo. And the nakshatra, I'll just quickly come on the nakshatras. Okay, and the nakshatra here is Jyeshtha for Mercury here. No, I was not checking for Mercury. Sorry, for Moon. For Moon is in the Hasta nakshatra. Okay, and the 10th Lord, that's Jupiter, and Jupiter is in the 7th house along with Rahu in the sign of Leo. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly take this chart and make it as your Navamsha. Right. So with this Navamsha, I know that Jupiter and Rahu are in the 7th house. So since it is the Lord of the 10th house, I know that this person will start an independent work. Although they'll be connected, they'll be providing their service, but it will be independently because it is Jupiter conjunct Rahu and in the 7th house. Right? And the Moon, the second Lord, is going into the 8th house. It can have, see, second Lord, and wherever its position is in the D9, there can be n number of meanings in respect of marriage, in respect of career. So this way, I can even predict that after marriage, this person's most of their income or money is going to go towards the fixed assets. towards the fixed assets of marriage, or so as to have a lots of savings, investments in land, real estate, etc., etc., or long-term investments. Okay, but here I can simply see that they have to do something where they might require to manage other people's asset, because I have Mercury in the nakshatra of Jeshta in the 10th house also, and Mars, which is the lord of the 10th house, that is in the 5th house in the nakshatra of Mrigashira. So by analyzing the whole D9 and putting on the planets which are the rulers of the D1 chart of the 2nd and the 10th, I'm getting a vibe that this person is into accountancy or insurance work or deal with numbers, but they like to work independently. They like to have their own set of mechanism at their workspace. Okay, so actually this, yeah, I'll just quickly go on what I was about to say, that yes, this is the only option that I see. Now I'll go towards the last. Yeah, this was actually a prashna that I took. Yeah. So whoever is born on this date, there are good chances that this person is going to be a future accountant or future, not real estate. I don't know why I'm saying real estate again and again, is going to be good with the financial aspect and will be a good insurance agent, can open up a company related to that, because I'm getting very good situation here in respect of career. And I actually got confused because I thought it was some other chart, but yes, it is actually, I took the prashna of yesterday and I started over that. Okay, so now next and last example, yeah, that is 10th June 1997. So now this example, we know the Atmakarka is Jupiter, we know the Amatyakarka is Sun, again an advisory position and independent work, right? So you'll see whenever there's the influence of Sun, Jupiter, Rahu, planets like this, people always want to follow their own work because they find it very hard to gel in or cope up or adjust within an organization. And since there's Moon in the 10th house of this individual also, this makes me feel that this person wants to have that nourishment from the career. If they are not satisfied, if they are not peaceful within their career, they might not feel good about it. Okay, so the second lord of this individual is Mars. That's about the income, where their income will go, where their wealth will go, where their finances will go. Then the 10th lord is Moon. So for this individual, I'll open their Navamsha chart. So this is going to be their Navamsha chart. So Mars is in the 1st house in Shravana in the sign of Capricorn. Then Moon is in the 2nd house in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra in the sign of Aquarius. Okay, one thing I'll tell you with Purva Bhadrapada, this is a snapshot technique, you can say. I have seen very limited professions with Purva Bhadrapada. That's why it makes it very easier to predict for a person who has the influence of Purva Bhadrapada. See, with Purva Bhadrapada, a person tends to work in a field where cement or cement related product is there. So mostly people with Purva Bhadrapada, they either are into construction business, architecture business, it's more on the construction side. Either they have their cement manufacturing unit, or they can be into bricks manufacturing unit. So something of that sort only. Okay, and they might just import and export products which are required to make such things also, right? So we have Mars in the 1st, Moon in the 2nd, and her 10th lord is in the 2nd house in Dhanishta. And again with Dhanishta, you'll see either IT professionals, or you'll see architecture individuals, or you'll see people who are into business related to properties, could be in real estate. Okay, so here this person is also an architect, and they also work in real estate in industry. So what they do is they build home and they put it on sale. Okay, guys. So I hope with this example, it was very, very convenient for you to understand how do we see career through the D9. Because, analyzing it through the D9 actually gives you far more better predictions than the D1. Because you may start something else in the beginning, but your ultimate career is what you follow in the other half of your life. But it is not necessary that people do, because I've seen people changing their profession in their 40s, 50s, even in their 45, after 45. So those are also the ages, but you get a direction through D9, and it is a less lengthier process and less time consuming process. Okay, guys, so I hope it was helpful. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you guys would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmollastrology.com. And under the reading section, you can have a personal reading for yourself. And under the unique reading section, you can have other readings, other in-depth readings, which are related to maybe Tribhagi analysis, nakshatra of D1, nakshatra of D9, or your spiritual progress. Okay, and if you would like to get enrolled in the courses that I have, you can still check out the link below, and there you can drop me an email so as to get the details about the courses. Okay, guys, bye-bye. Take care.